Okay, so Alex Becker is officially launching a meme coin. He predicts it's going to send to over $100 million market cap. And if that's true, you can either be one of the 15 people who make $100,000, one of the 150 people who make $10,000, or one of the 10,000 people who make $1,000 if you know what you're doing, if you know how to get an allocation or know how to get on the whitelist, which is what this whole video is about. Because to be honest, the rules have changed a lot of times, Mr. Becker, over the last 6 months. The can has been kicked down the road a few times, and the can even looks different than the first can to kick. So we're going to set the record straight so you can have the best chance possible at getting into one of these allocations. Now, before we start, this video is, of course, sponsored by our crypto wallet software, the beautiful Archie. And you can see Archie is by far the best way to trade meme coins, especially Solana meme coins, because you can buy literally any token on Solana with Archie in seconds. He lives inside your Telegram app, and at the start of every video, we are buying a meme coin. And at the end of the video, I'm going to sell the meme coin, and we're going to see exactly how much money we made during the filming of this video. You can see this is the same token we bought yesterday. We actually made about $300 yesterday, so I thought, why not buy it again? You can see this is the Trump versus Elon meme coin, which rode all the way up, I think, back up to 60 mil market cap, which is pretty crazy. Almost an 80 mil market cap, which is impressive. I think we're buying it down here at about a 30 mil in the last video. So now it's all the way back down to 8 mil market cap. It's had a bit of a dip. So we are going to copy the contract address by simply clicking the contract address button on Deck Screener, open our Archie app. And remember, when you have Archie, you can download Archie, link in the description. You can paste in any Solana contract address, and Archie will go and fetch that token for you. So you can see this is the same token. And you can simply do a one-click buy, simply clicking on 9.6 Solana, and he's going to go out there and buy that for us. You can see that's already been purchased. If you want to verify it, you can always view it on the chain to make sure that Archie is doing his job properly, which of course he always is. We're actually one of the only legally run trading bots out there. We actually have a crypto license, been fully audited. Make sure you're on Archie. Link is in the description below. And in fact, if you need another reason to get Archie, for some reason you're not using him already, we, pending legal, are going to be putting the contract address of Alex Becker's meme coin as soon as we find out about it into Archie. So if you want to be one of the quickest people to get into the meme coin without having to memorize all of these allocations and riddles and solve the problems, we'll literally send it through to everyone in the Archie bot who opts in to get it. So you can literally click it in one buy for people who have their wallets funded. That's coming, that's pending legal. But now let's get into the actual timeline and clues on what the hell is happening with our $100,000 allocation and how exactly we can claim it. Or if you want to settle for the mid tier of $10,000 allocation. So this is back November 21, 2024. It had over 1 million views. The market was hot back in November, everybody. He says, meme coin drop, meme coin drop, meme coin drop, and linked up this Google document. Now, there's a few things you can go through here. Cipher winners, he says 3 out of 10. That's now changed. Mini allocation winners, 10 out of 100. That's now changed. He did say, the reason I'm showing you this doc, because he's removed it from his Twitter because it's no longer applicable. Because, well, as I said, the can has changed. We're kicking different cans now. He says he's dropping a meme coin in the next 30 to 45 days, which would give you basically between Christmas and January 4th of the year that just passed, 2024, 2025. And so basically what happened, Alex Becker got a little bit busy. He was dropping clues. We were hunting down those clues inside our inner circle. But it seems Alex Becker just got really busy and didn't follow through with that. But then, fast forward a couple of months, Alex Becker comes flying out of the gates again. Meme update, like a comment with wallet for cool points over the next 2.5 weeks. The final 5 large allocations and 60-minute allocations, which has now been changed, we'll go through that together, will be won via my X, via his Twitter. Over these 2.5 weeks and shortly after, we'll tally up a 15,000 person whitelist. Again, that's been changed. I'll go through in a second. And then the last thing that's been changed, sometime in early March 2025, my meme coin will drop. Well, of course, March is now past. The meme coin has not dropped yet. And if you go to his website now, blank page, but don't worry. I think this is either a glitch or he's trying to password protect it now. We do have the Wayback Machine, which you can go and use and see. This is basically just a copy paste of the Google Doc that we went through, so it's still not applicable. But if you are a previous winner, he's carrying these winners from either the November promise or the March promise. Of course, you're going to get allocation in whenever it actually drops, which he's predicting is now going to be July, which is next month. Here's the mini winners. Here are the Cipher winners. Now I'm going to start to link this together for you, but we're going to go through a full updated post and when this is dropping and exactly how to get in just a second. But the Cipher winners, guys, are the big winners here, which there are now 15, 10 to 15 of them. So we're going to use 15. And Alex Becker predicts that they're going to be worth $100,000 per allocation, asterisk, if the token hits $100 million market cap. The other winners, if I can find my tab back here, the mini winners, I mean, it's not so mini. It's still estimated at the 100 mil market cap to hit a $10,000 US. I'm actually going to give you my thoughts at the end on whether I think this is an accurate price prediction or not. And then the whitelist, of course, will get way less than the allocations. I've done this math myself. This is my own creation here. So it could be way overestimated. It could be way underestimated. But I say if you're on the whitelist, you get 1/10 of what people who got allocated get. So about 1 grand or 0.01%. We're going to do some math together later. So put on your glasses, get the chalk and the chalkboard ready. We're going to have some fun. This, however, this post right here, and I'll link this post in the description if anyone wants to go through it by yourself. Feel free, but if you want me to read it too, might be a much nicer treat for the ears. Alex Becker tweeted, this is very recently, let's have a look, 30th of May, so a week ago. How to get an allocation / whitelist to my meme coin. Now, one more lovely picture that I made you. Allocations are the blue and the green, and then whitelist is the yellow. They're technically all allocations, but he's calling the yellow a whitelist. But you'll be allocated. You don't have to pay for the tokens, apparently. We're going to go through that in detail right now. Now, this is the most important line. When? Yeah, everyone's like, when is this going to actually drop? Well, Becker is saying it's going to drop when ETH is priced at $3,500. And if we go over to our ETH graph, which we're not big ETH fans on this channel, to be honest, so we don't do this often, but ETH is currently sitting at $2,500, and it's had a strong pullback from 2024 here, down to a $1,500 level, which is pretty crazy. Sitting there, so at $3,500 when it comes back and basically has that momentum. Now, why would he do this? Well, if you track this fear and greed index, and CoinGlass do it really well. This is not sponsor or anything, but you can see they put red for extreme greed, where a lot of people put green. Now, red is because you're probably peaking at the top of a market. But what happens at the top of a market when there's extreme greed? You get crazy results. So this is Peanut the Squirrel. Becker was bullish on Peanut the Squirrel. So many people were bullish on Peanut the Squirrel. We put a video out, I think at a 90 mil market cap on this channel. Everyone's like, oh, you're too late. Thing rocketed, guys, because the market was so hot. It rocketed up to a $2.42 billion market cap. One of the fastest speedruns to a $2.4 billion market cap. I believe Becker actually bought in pretty late on this one, up near the $2 billion mark. But that was because it got listed on Binance really quickly. Now, if we have a look at the date, guys, of that peak right there, 14th of November. What do you think the fear and greed index was doing on the 14th of November, 2024? Well, we can see the white line here I'm looking at, where my mouse is. This is the price of Bitcoin. So it went from 67,000. I think Trump got into office and it cracked that $100,000 level. Now you can see the red up here is the fear and greed index, and November 14 was right up here, right there. So Bitcoin price was $90,000 on the way up. Like, the price is way less important than what had just happened. It had an absolute ski ramp or a cliff. You don't want to be skiing up a ramp like that. It's dangerous. And the 14th of November, the fear and greed index was 88, which is extremely high. And of course, that allows meme coins such as Peanut or meme coins such as Alex Becker's token to do crazy things. So a really smart move by Becker, because that is probably the one thing. You want a tailwind when you're launching a token. Now, Becker says, this means my meme coin is also imminent, because he thinks ETH is going to cross 3,500 in July in the next 1 or 2 months, which I wouldn't bet against that. If you want on its whitelist or to win an allocation, here is how. Remember, yellow, whitelist, green and blue, allocation. Now, Becker also wants to remind us that he's going to be making $0 for it. Apparently, he's not even launching the liquidity pool, so that his hands are fully out of it. He's not even touching a cent of this. It's just for laughs and apparently to be able to make us rich, which is fantastic. He says, I'll have multiple crypto detectives audit the entire thing and open source turnover all records. I mean, he's worth hundreds of millions, I think $150+ million. So he's not trying to make an extra $2-3 million and ruin his entire crypto reputation, in my opinion. So I don't really mind if he crypto detectives or not. I don't think he needs this, and he can pump tokens, hundreds of millions of market cap that aren't his and buy in and get out. So he doesn't need to launch his own. Oh, and he says his net worth is north of $170 million at the moment, which I haven't actually read this post. It's the first time reading through with you guys. But you can see he doesn't need, he's saying exactly what I'm saying. He doesn't need a 7 or 8 figure payday. He's into the 9 to 10 figure paydays. I do not want the legal exposure, la la la. There's 0 insiders. No one outside the allocation winners gets early access. The allocation winners are the insiders and they get early access, but it's all above board, all transparent. No KOLs, key opinion leaders, no VCs, no cabal, extractive dorks, no snipers, fingers crossed, hopefully. Not my family or friends. This is as fair PvP as it'll ever get. Only whitelisters who win will get their spot in the drop. Why is he doing it? Well, he says, this is me creating pure, degenerate, player versus player meme chaos, and then sitting back, pouring a drink, and watching the show. I will launch this and do this nuke, and then do nothing but watch. Its fate is up to you. So he's saying he just wants to laugh and he wants to sit back and watch the chaos unfold. He also gets a lot of followers. I mean, people want to get 100K, people want to get 10K. So people are like, wait, who's Becker? Is he launching this meme? Gets more followers, he gets more attention. If he launches it to 100 mil or a bill, he's going to get a lot more pull in the markets and bigger brand deals. There's a lot of in it for him without actually having to dump on his fans. He says, B, the drop itself and how it will work is completely covered on his site, alexbecker.gg. That's the one that's currently blank, unfortunately. I've gone to huge link to make sure no hacker, fake launch, or confusion will happen. Very important, guys. The token is not out yet, and so many people think it's already out. So many people think it's hidden. There's a lot of confusion. Everyone just needs to relax a little bit because it's very obvious when you read through his official posts. Don't go read the hype. Don't go buy something that people are saying is Alex Becker's drop unless it fits the criteria in this video or in this post. The drop will be free, which is interesting. We're going to talk about that. And will happen via a whitelist and have several other criteria in order to be able to claim your drop, airdrop/claim. There will be a 0 rush the gates, wait for people to get burned. It will be a calm collect your coins drop, which we're going to go through together. He's basically, I believe, testing with his own meme coin, a new way to launch meme coins, which are more fair. And I think he thinks less people are going to lose a lot of money, which is possible, but it could also mean you're taking out the risk on the other side, the reward on the other side when you take out the risk on one side. But we're going to see how that plays out. C, he says, how to get an allocation or whitelist. You don't need me to show you, but I will show you again. Allocations here, whitelist over here. So he says, I'm giving away 10 to 15 big early allocations, 0.1% of the supply. And there will be 150, we'll say, small allocations at 0.01% of the supply. If we run to 100 million, these will be worth $100,000 US and $10,000 US respectively. Over the next few weeks, I'll be streaming and holding challenges to give away these final spots. They're all going to be given away. You can't buy your way in, you have to earn them. And a few of them, as we saw on the way back machine on his website, have already been won. These are the 100K, so quote unquote winners. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there's a 7th. There was one that just happened. I'll show you in a second. But that means there's still 8 spots available. Winners are listed on my site. FYI, these competitions are sloppy and terribly managed. Yes, true. If I mess something up, he doesn't care. I mean, why would he? He's not making any money for it. For the whitelist, there'll be anywhere between 3,000 to 10,000 people on the whitelist. One more time, guys. Whitelist over here. I'm guessing 1/10 of the allocation as the mini allocations. Could be 1/100th, but let's do a quick math together because this is where it gets a little bit dicey, and I think Alex Becker hasn't polished off all the details of his launch. If there's 10,000 people on his whitelist and they get 0.01% of the supply, they will be getting, I think my math is right, 10% of total supply. Over here, you've got 150 people getting 0.01%, which means they'll be getting 1.5% of supply. And then you've got 15 people also getting 1.5% of supply, which means 13% of supply will be given to everyone with allocation. However, remember, Becker says there is going to be no liquidity pools. And I mean, where else is the supply going to be dropped? He's missing 87% of this supply. So I think there's either going to have to be more people on the whitelist or this is going to have to be boosted in how much supply people are going to have to get because we are 1/6 of the pie. And I don't know where the rest of the pie would go, especially if there's no liquidity pool. But what may look like a problem now, I mean, there's been so many things that have been changed on this launch. Alex Becker can just sweep that up and change it and make sure it all adds up very, very quickly. Now, if you want to get on the whitelist though, which is the 3 to 10,000 people, on his social media, which is going to be X, I will drop a Web2 collection form that he likes to use something like Google Forms. Fair warning, we have spent about a month making an AI that scans wallets and submissions that attempts to join. So I believe what he's saying is you cannot sniper it. You can now use it with AI. They spent about a month on defense, I'm guessing. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but I don't think you can have multiple wallets that you just spam and get like 5,000 spots for yourself, is what he's saying. Trying to game this at all with multiple, here we go, spamming koi crap will just get you banned. One wallet per person. We have about 1,001 ways to detect people trying to get multiples in. By all means, try to cheat, but it will just result in getting you banned. Call his bluff if you want. He thinks you're going to get banned if that is the way it works. That said, with this, you can submit your socials. People that are sub to my YouTube and Twitch, and likely my abstract. I actually don't know what an abstract is. I have cool points, which many of you will have racked up by liking my posts and commenting, and follow me on X will have an extreme advantage on that list. So it looks like he's going to take in more than 10,000 and then allocate 10,000 based on who is doing the cool points. Then the drop will happen, again, fully covered on his site, sides down. All whitelist winners would be able to calmly go and pick up their coins at their leisure on the Sol blockchain. Now, yes, it's 100% free. You just have to cover the gas fees, and it's on Solana, which is why you want to download your Archie wallet, because Archie wallet is going to be the best and the quickest way to trade meme coins like Alex Beckers on Solana. If you can't cover Sol gas fees, yeah, I mean, that's less than $1, I believe, or less than $5 maximum. But here's the thing, he says you'll be able to calmly go and pick up the coins at their leisure, which is true because no one can take your allocation, but you want to be watching the meme coin price, because if the price skyrockets to $100 million market cap, you want to go claim your coins and probably sell them, versus if it's at a $3 million market cap, you can go leisurely get it. So there will be a little bit of chaos, especially because there needs to be a lot of buy pressure to outweigh all of these allocations. Then the chaos will begin. Now, you can see here from the post, and there's actually another post that he posts about this here, where he talks about there's a problem with pump.fun. Now, pump.fun is a way to fairly everyone basically incubate tokens before they go live on the blockchain and not get rug pulled. It's very much a cookie cutter template style sort of thing that allows people to sell their tokens if they want to go back on their choice of buying in without people pulling liquidity and rugging them. Now, he says this guy here, Firestorm FBS, who is his CEO at Neo Tokyo, his NFT collection, will be bringing something out soon that breaks the entire system. He says it's not a pump fund competitor, someone down here. It's not a clone or launchpad or a direct pump fund competitor. A totally new thing that's never been done before in AI and crypto. And he puts this in the mega post here. He says he's been building it in secret with Firestorm over the past 6 months. And I think what we've been reading is obviously the practical use case of what he's been building. Think pump.fun, but if you injected in with a syringe full of waifu, hentai, fartcoin, Las Vegas sports betting, and then covered it in cocaine. Doesn't give us too many more direct clues on what it could be. I mean, honestly, I'm more confused than before I read that sentence. It's not really like pump at all, besides the fact it's made for pieces of crap like us. My mother will probably disown me for dropping this, but meme coiners are going to blow their load when they see it. Paying attention to this reveal and being first to it will give you an extreme advantage in a very messed up game that will pay the winners extreme amounts and leave the losers losing a lot of money. I mean, this is the big thing right here. And there was even a post that Miles Deutscher shared about Pump Fund, where something like 57% of people lose money on Pump Fund, 43% of people win money. And Becker's like, yeah, what did you expect? This is a casino. You sit down at a poker table, the winners are going to win extreme amounts, the losers are going to lose extreme amounts, which is why you want to be as early as possible and potentially get a 100K Cipher, so you don't even have to worry. You're just going to get airdropped, or you're going to have to go claim 0.1% of the entire supply. Now, the current Cipher challenge out there right now is an AI anime intro challenge where you can make Alex Becker as anime. I mean, a lot of people are submitting this, and one person's going to win the 100K allocations. Or if you want to go and follow Alex Becker for his next Cipher clue, basically they're all coming out on Twitter. If you're in our inner circle, we're dropping them in there as well. Now remember, pending legal, we're going to be able to push you a notification to your Archie wallet where you can buy Becker's meme coin in one click. So if you're not using Archie, come and download him now. Simply click on download Archie AI and it will link you to a Telegram bot download right here. Open Telegram once that's in, fund your wallet, and now we can see if the trade of our video is up or down. So we want to click on portfolio, simply click that button right here. This thing I love about Archie, it's such a user intuitive thing where everything's graphical and looks good. Once again, guys, we're up 10%, 1.69 Solana. So to sell, simply click sell 100%. And just like that, guys, once again, we made a couple $100. In fact, if you watch to the end of this video and you have an Archie wallet, drop it in the comments below and I will send you the amount of money I just made. I believe it was about a $200 US, and I'll pick one Archie wallet. It can't just be a Solana wallet, it has to be an Archie wallet. So go and download Archie, copy your wallet. If you want to know where to get your wallet, you go to HQ right here and then go to account and you'll be able to see your wallet. Click on that, paste it in the YouTube comments below. And if it's an Archie wallet, which I can verify, and it's funded, I will pick one of them and drop that $200 straight to your wallet. You'll literally refresh in the morning, you see $200 US in there. So thanks for using Archie. Good luck in the meme coin hunt, and I'll see you in the next video.